Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show. I'm your host, Dominic Konowski. This is going to be a live reaction of the NASCAR Cup Series race at the Martinsville Speedway for the Xfinity 500. As if you're watching this on TV, we just saw a nice, huge freight train go by. And I gotta say, beautiful day out for racing. Definitely way better than it was at Texas last week. This is the cutoff race. The round of 8, after tonight, it's going to be the round of 4 as they go to the Phoenix International Speedway. 4 drivers coming into this race will not be able to contend for the championship out of the 8. So let's go to our point standings. Joey Logano is locked in with the win at Kansas. Kevin Harvick is plus 42. Most likely will be in unless he just has a horrible race. And you know what? If he does go on to Phoenix, he'll most likely win the championship. He has the best average finish out of everyone in NASCAR right now in all 3 series for the best average finish at Phoenix. So definitely that big advantage is just there for him. I think he's going to be the biggest threat going into this race. Like I said, he's plus 42. Then we have Denny Hamlin, who's 27 points to the good. Overall, I just think he just needs a solid one. Nothing much there. And then we have the pole sitter, Brad Keselowski, 25 points above Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott, who are tied currently for the 5th position. Alex Bowman, though, above Chase Elliott, though, due to finishes. Brad Keselowski, he's pretty good here. 10.5 average finish. You can't complain about that. Starting on pole. Now, let me remind you guys, because of the whole coronavirus prevention and all the safety rules, there is no practice or qualifying here at this track. So really, even though he's on pole, he may not have first place car. Who knows? He may not even have a top 5 or top 10 car. He could finish, let's say, 17th. We do not know on how these cars are going to do during this race. Then below the cut line, like I said, we have Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott, who are both 25 points back. If you want to be technical, they could get in on points. But a lot's going to happen, though. Most likely, I think everyone who's below the cut line is in a must-win situation. Martin Truex Jr., 36 points back. And then we have Kurt Busch. Yes, Kurt Busch, round of 8. Kyle Busch, nowhere to be seen in this round of 8. Never made it. Ended up winning, though, at Texas, though, extending his winning streak for seasons. Kurt Busch is 81 points back. That's almost 2 full races of points that he's behind. Has not had the best round of 8. Came into the round of 8 to begin with below the cut line, and it's just been a horrible round of 8 for him. Must-win situation, never a good thing. Absolutely never a good thing. So let's see what he could do there. Stewart Haas Racing has 2 cars that are contending to be in the final 4. One of them, Kevin Harvick, who, like I said, is 42 points to the good coming into this race. Martinsville, always an interesting race. 500 laps, can't beat that. You cannot beat that. I would say on my list of favorite Cup tracks, I would rank this as maybe number 6. Because sometimes it could get boring. Other times it could be the best racing you could see. Definitely has had some historic finishes here at this track in NASCAR. So average finish-wise, Denny Hamlin has the best average finish of 9.9, which is definitely an advantage. He's sitting 27 points to the good. So if he could just basically finish the race, and I would say the top 20, he's good to go. I really do not see any of these drivers below the cut line winning this race. Maybe, though, Martin Truex Jr., just maybe, won the last 2 Martinsville races here. For the race here last year, he led 464 laps. But I don't know. He has not had a good round of 8. Not the best chase of his career overall. So, it's going to be a tough one. 500 laps, though, a lot could happen. They could do a lap in under 25 seconds here, a lot less than 25 seconds. So really, it just depends on whether or not that they could just withstand the well, I'm trying to find like the correct words because it's just it's hard to say in a way because this really is a grueling racetrack. It does a number on the body. We saw Wecky Watt. I feel like is the best example. Who I think won. I think it was 1996. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong on that. But it just does a number on you. You know. I think the best part about this racetrack though is that they have train tracks going on along the side. You have cars going 100 plus miles per hour, and then you just have a slow freight train just going by on the side. I just think that's the best thing ever, to be honest with you. So we saw the Xfinity race here. 4 drivers got eliminated, those being Ross Chastain, Brendan Jones, Ryan Sieg, and Noah Gragson. Personally, Ryan Sieg, I don't think anyone expecting him to get into the round of 8. So congratulations to Ryan Sieg, first of all. But I gotta say, JJ Yaley, who's gonna be racing this race for Wickware Racing, JJ Yaley in the Xfinity Series, 14th place finish. That is absolutely amazing. A beautiful 14th place finish for JJ Yaley. I remember when he was on Tommy Baldwin Racing in the number 36 Golden Corral car. That was back in 2013. Those are the good old days in NASCAR. It was the Sprint Cup Series still and everything. So much has changed in the sport from 2013 to here in 2020. A lot of good and a lot of bad. But definitely has propelled NASCAR in a totally different direction than what we all thought it was going to go back in 2013. That was when the Gen 6 car was introduced to begin with. So that was a big milestone for the sport. Now, if you guys are new to this channel, definitely subscribe if you like. We are the biggest all New York sport podcast on YouTube as we talk about every major New York sport team. We also talk a lot, and I mean a lot, about NASCAR. Have done a lot of interviews with NASCAR drivers in all 3 of the top series and weekly racing series and the Whelen Modified series. And we just had Martin Truex Jr. comment on this live stream. Martin Truex Jr., hello, how are you doing, MTJ? Coming into this race, 36 points to the bad. So, Martin Truex Jr., he's going to have a lot of work to do for today's race. But you know what? Good luck to him. He does great at Martinsville in the recent history of going there. Honestly, he does need a Hail Mary. Honestly, this is going to be a very tough race for all these drivers coming in below the cut line. It's going to be a very tough race. Yeah, no, I know that's a parody account. It's funny, though. It's funny, but, I mean, you all right, though. You're going to need a Hail Mary. That's what the Jets need, though. Jets are just having a horrible season. 0-7, most likely going to be 0-8. I'll be recapping the Jets and Bills game once this race is over and this live stream is over. Like I said, if you guys would like, please subscribe to this channel. We are the #1 all New York sport podcast. We talk about every major New York sport team, and we talk about a lot of racing, mainly NASCAR in general. We've interviewed drivers in the top 3 major NASCAR series and weekly racing series in the Whelen Modified series. So definitely, if you're a NASCAR fan, this is the place to be. Yeah, Bills are doing they're doing a decent job. Bills are going to make the playoffs. I think we all know the Buffalo Bills are going to make the NFL playoffs. They're going to win the AFC East. Miami made the biggest mistake having Tua Tagovailoa promoting to starting QB. Ryan Fitzpatrick was just doing a fine job, and they demoted him to second string. I think that is going to be a very costly mistake. But I mean, if you're a Bills fan like you, Tim, you love that because Josh Allen, he's just going to destroy it the rest of the season and just have a great job. I feel like the Bills could go, I wouldn't say maybe 11-5, 11-5, 10-6. I feel like that's about where the Bills would be because you got to remember Josh Allen. He still doesn't have too much experience. First time in the playoffs last season, so he's still fairly new. No, I know the first year he came, the Bills did not do the greatest of jobs under Josh Allen. But I mean, I shouldn't be talking. Yeah, that Alex Bowman has the peanut color today for Hendrick Motorsports, as it just showed up on my TV right now. Now, sadly, I can't have the audio on of the race. I'm looking at the closed captions because I don't want to get copyrighted. But this is just going to be a great race, though. Honestly, this is going to be a good race. Denny Hamlin just having a terrific season. Kevin Harvick, though. Now, if there wasn't a chase and this was like the old points format like they had in, let's say, 2008, Denny Hamlin would not be leading the points. He's had an excellent season. He would not be leading the points. Kevin Harvick would be leading the points right now with a huge lead. If this was how the sport was, 12, 13 years ago, Kevin Harvick would most likely clinch the championship, if not already. Yeah, you do not want to get copyrighted here on YouTube. That would be horrible. Over 700 videos on this channel. Don't think I've ever had any issues with that, but I don't want to sort that today. And I got to say big shout out to Andrew Moeller and Andrew Moeller Racing for giving me this short. Great driver, great racing team. Had the honor to interview him not once but twice. Second interview will be going up tomorrow. Definitely drop him a follow on Instagram. That's at Andrew Moeller. Yeah. And I think the worst part, though, about copyright claims is that it could be just like the tiniest thing and stuff, and it somehow YouTube just has it for just dumb reasons and stuff. Like it could just be the tiniest thing. That's why, I don't want to take the chance. Haven't live streamed in over a year because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, so I'm doing it on my laptop right now. I have my phone, looking at race updates, my notebook, and yeah, we're going to be sitting here for 4 hours of racing. It's going to be a long time, but you know what? It's Martinsville. It's the paperclip. Nothing better than that. Yeah. I think, I think the worst thing is that they take it down and everything. And depending how bad the copyright is, they would, that they could suspend your channel and stuff. And, you do not want that. Yeah. So if you guys would like, definitely subscribe. So I can move up it. Once I get 500 subscribers, I'm going to be planning a lot of stuff to do here on this channel. Like I said, this is the #1 all New York sport podcast channel with NASCAR and other racing sports. So definitely this is the place you want to be. I'd like to thank all the people who are currently tuning in right now. Not quite at the green flag yet, but once we do, it's going to be a very interesting race, folks. A very interesting race. Brad Keselowski has pole. He's 25 points to the good over Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman of Hendrick Motorsports. Speaking of Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson will be in the 5-car. We haven't seen the 5-car since 2017 with Casey Kane. I'm going to love that. I love the 5-car. 5-car's had some of the best schemes. It's going to be the best. Last person to drive, though, before Casey Kane was Mark Martin, and he almost won a Cup Series championship in that. Had a lot of success in the 5-car. Casey Kane, not as much. Really not as much success at all. You cannot compare those two on the success level in that car. I think the best paint scheme that was on the #5 Hendrick Motorsports car has to be between the Kellogg's one and a case of that's for Mark Martin's car, and then for Casey Kane's car, I feel like it would be the Pepsi Max car. I feel like those are just some of the best paint schemes. Now, Joey Logano's lucky. He's coming into this race with already a win. So he's already going to be in the Final Four. Does not have to worry. And I got to say, I think that's the best. Joey Logano has not had the best memories here at Martinsville. He has not had the best memories, especially Matt Kenseth's 2015 flashback. I think he thinks about that every time we come to Martinsville. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm sad to see the number 13 leave. I have the 1.24 scale of Casey Mears 2014 or 13. Ty Dillon, honestly, he's not successful in the Cup Series. He's really not. He should have stayed in Xfinity for at least 1 or 2 more seasons. He's done nothing with Jermaine Racing. It's sad to see him go, though. They have been a Cup Series team for such a long time. It's really a shame to see Jermaine Racing go. And there's no word on what Dylan will be doing in 2021. As far as I know, at least, I checked all the NASCAR news before I went live, and as of right now, Ty Dillon is without a ride. I think he would go to RCR though, because Richard shows that that's his grandfather. Now Austin Dillon's there. Austin Dillon has won in the number 3 car multiple times, kind of like a Jamie McMurray style win. You won Daytona, you won Charlotte, like all the big events. See you, Martin. Good luck out there, and thank you for tuning in, even though it's a POD account. We have Martin Truex Jr. in here. Nothing better than that. So here we are doing the pace laps right now. We're on board with Joey Logano with the Coca-Cola camera. Coca-Cola has been in NASCAR for I don't know how long, folks. I gotta say, so iconic to the sport. I love it. Personally, for me, though, not that big of a soda guy. And I gotta say, NASCAR, they get some of the best camera views ever. It's honestly the best. Hello, Russia. Wow, that's pretty cool. It's cold in Russia. It is very cold in Russia. So my predictions, I feel like it's gonna be Denny Hamlin. Hands down, Denny Hamlin. Best average finish here being 9.9. Definitely Denny Hamlin, if not top 3 for Denny Hamlin. Thank you. So we have 130 lap stage. Last stage, though, being 240. So almost stage 1 and 2 combined. Misses it, though, by 20 laps. That's fine, though. Now, before we get going, if you guys would like, please subscribe as we are the #1 all New York sport podcast involved every single New York sport team and racing in general, mainly NASCAR, though, here on this platform. So definitely subscribe if you would like. It'd mean a lot to me. As we are getting ready to go green, Brad Keselowski on pole. Drivers in a must-win situation are Chase Elliott, who's 25 points back with Hendrick Motorsports teammate Alex Bowman. Martin Truex Jr., 36 points back. And then Kurt Busch is 81 points back. Wow. That is just absolutely horrible. Honestly, that's horrible. No doubt about that. It's horrible. Now, good luck to Kurt Busch out there. I love to see Kurt Busch in the Final Four. He hasn't been in the Final Four for a very long time. 2004 Cup champion. That's his only championship in the Cup Series. No, I do not, sadly. I'm assuming you do. I'm going to give my best boogity boogity when they come out of turn 4 when it's time. That's all I'm saying. Drop your picks below in the comments section. I love to see who you guys are picking to win this fantastic race. So, Brad Keselowski, like you said, on pole in the Ford Mustang of Penske Racing, Dent Wizard on the hood, and we have the Planters car of Alex Bowman right behind him. Kevin Harvick, the best without a win so far in the round of 8, 42 points to the good. All he has to do basically is just not come in last place, and he's in. He's into the round of 4, where he'll have probably the biggest advantage out of everyone there, having the best average finish and the most wins at Phoenix out of all the car and all the championship contenders. No, I have not. It's a beautiful place, though. It is just absolutely beautiful there. Lot of cool landmarks there. You guys have what's that Formula One track called? Is it called Sochi? I don't know. I know Formula One goes there. Used to be the former Olympics venue. They changed it into a Formula One racetrack, which I think is the coolest thing ever. And speaking of Formula One, Lewis Hamilton, he may not be coming back in 2021 to Formula One. He may not. He may retire. Fudenbach. That's funny. So, I have a question for you guys. Are you ready to go racing here at the paperclip? Green flag is out. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing at the paperclip, boys and girls. As Brad Keselowski goes into turn 1. Martin Truex Jr. in second. He's 36 points back. And then we have Bowman and Hamlin. Hamlin tucks behind Bowman. He gets passed by a car. I did not see the number, though. That was Kevin Harvick's car. Kurt Busch, he's right behind Harvick, just past Harvick. Keselowski leads the first lap as down the back straightaway. As Kevin Harvick not getting the best of the race, just got passed by Joey Logano. Christopher Bell in 11th, staying steady there. Lap 3 out of 500. Lap 3 of 130, though, if you want to do stage-wise. Brad Keselowski goes into the corner at 124 miles per hour. So about double than what you could do on a regular highway. As Martin Truex Jr. takes the lead, Brad Keselowski, he almost goes sideways off of Hamlin, as that gives Truex a very decent-sized lead, almost a second. Then now it's going back down. Now it's going back up as Martin Truex Jr. has a 0.7 second lead, so 0.07 of a second. Keselowski out of the top 3 now. Kurt Busch takes 3rd place. Over a second back, though, on the leader. Keselowski looks like he's holding it in 4th place right now. 10th place is being held by Ryan Blaney. So a 3-second gap from 1st to 10th already on what is about to be lap 8 of 130 for this stage. I like to compare Martinsville to Monaco on the F1 circuit. Qualifying is everything. Of course, they did not qualify because of the coronavirus and all the safety regulations and precautions. So, you just got to hope that you get a good spot for this race. It is just extremely hard to pass here. We don't really see three-wide racing, mainly 2x2, just single file. Really, qualifying is everything. You don't get a good qualifying spot, then it is just so hard to move up. So Kurt Busch, he's lessened the gap by 1 point. So instead of being 81 points out, now he's 78 points. Never mind at the line, he was just marked at 78 points. Still, though, no matter what, as we have a car smoking, that's Alex Bowman. No, that's Michael McDowell. It looks like a tire warp on Michael McDowell's Front Row Motorsports Ford Mustang carports.com car. Still light smoke. It's smoking up big time. I thought that was Alex Bowman for a second with the blue. I thought that was the Planter's car. As Michael McDowell has a very, very big tire. Well, if that tire does not go down, that's definitely weighing out that tire big time. I would not be surprised if we see a very, very early pit stop by McDowell, as he's just losing ground so dramatically. I would think that they would be pitting, because I don't think that they would wait, because that tire up is still there. It's been about a good 3-4 laps now as the him and Chris Busch are touch. I guarantee you, if he doesn't pit, that tire's going down 100%. That tire's going to go down. He's going to get passed by one of the Wick Wheel Racing cars, maybe. Is that Joey Gase in the 51? And he's wiggling. Good say. I think the tire's down. I told you guys. Tire's down on Mike McDowell's car as he's going down pit road. Yellow flag is not out as he was able to get down. Does not look like that left any debris. I think that was the dumbest thing by the Front Row Motorsports crew. You have a horrible tire rub, and you choose to stay out. I know it's only in the way, so of course, you don't want to come down pit road, but you could tell that tire rub was not going away, and now he's in 39th place, a lap down. That was, I think, just a horrible call for him to stay out, 100%. Now he's going to have to just fight the entire race not to go any more laps down, as there's now a commercial break, so let's talk. Before we start talking, if you guys would like and could, please subscribe to us, as we are the #1 all New York sport podcast on YouTube. We also talk mainly about NASCAR. We interview a lot of drivers, mainly in the top 3 Cup Series. We also interview drivers for a weekly racing series and in the NASCAR Wheel and Modified series. So definitely, if you're a NASCAR fan, this is the channel you want to be at. Or if you're a New York sport fan, as we talk about literally every major New York sport team to really ever exist. Game recaps, game previews, breaking news, everything. We always get breaking news out first before any other channel, for any other sport, for any other team. We're always the first one to get a video out. So definitely subscribe, because this is the place for you. So overall, interesting race so far. Very, very interesting race so far. Michael McDowell, I can't believe they did that. I cannot believe they did that. I think that just had to have been the dumbest thing ever. So McDowell is most likely, he was already a lap down because he was in the back of the field to begin with. So he's either going to come out of pit road either 2 or 3 laps down. Who knows? Maybe even 4 laps down, depending. It depends how much damage it did. How much work they got to do. I mean, it just looked like a flat tire, but I mean, if the quarter panel was rubbing on it, they definitely got to move that so that doesn't happen again. So he may be several laps down. Of course, we'll find out when we come back from commercial here. Although Kurt Busch having a fantastic race, I know we are not even 20 laps into this thing, but he's staying up front, definitely. Has a car, at least for the short ones here that we have seen. So, this is just going to be interesting to see what he could do. Like I said, he's in a must-win situation, so it's not like he just needs a good finish. He needs a win. That's what he needs, and that's all he needs. Second place is not good enough. He needs a dub. As we have been live streaming now for a half hour. Thank you guys who have watched this video, who have been watching this video. If you just tuned in, thank you for tuning in. It means a lot for you to give me part of your Sunday afternoon. It means a lot. As we're here on lap 24 out of 130 of stage 1, Martin Truex Jr. continues to lead Denny Hamlin second, Kurt Busch third. Truex now has over a second lead over Denny Hamlin as lap traffic is now a factor. Kurt Busch remains 80 to the bad. Alex Bowman minus 33. Chase Elliott minus 30. As Martin Truex Jr. leads this race. He did come into this race though, minus 36. I gotta say, lap traffic is a killer here in Martinsville. You do not want to be around lap traffic, especially if you're contending for the win. You do not. So sorry, I was right. That was Joey Gase in the 51. Michael McDowell, 5 laps down. Wow. No, that's why, you have a tire web lasts more than 2 laps. That was a bad tire web, though. He should have came right down. 5 laps down now because of that. He could have only been 2 laps down. Instead, he's 5 laps down now. He's most likely going to stay in 39th or at least in the 30s for most of, if not all of this race. 100%. So Brad Keselowski, who had pole for this race, is not even in the top 3. He moved down fast. Him and Chase Elliott got together a little bit. Keselowski sits in 5th place right now. No, if I was Joey Logano, I would just sit back this whole race, So race control has just announced that there's a competition caution on lap 60. So in 30 laps from now, we are going to see a caution come out. Martin Truex Jr. at a 2.5 lead, as he's just having so far the dominant car to begin with. But lap traffic is definitely becoming a factor right now at this point. Almost 6 seconds separate the leader in 10th place. 10th place is being held by Kyle Busch, the number 18, who won last week at Texas. He didn't even win really last week. He won, what was that race, on Wednesday or Thursday? Wayne. I would love to have them put Wayne tires on NASCARs and everything. It's going to be interesting next season at the Bristol Dirt Track, A lot of these guys here in the Cup Series, they do have dirt track racing experience. Other guys have never even been to a dirt track, so that's going to be a very interesting race. I do not think we're going to see Wagler win a win. I feel like it's going to be definitely a guy who's in the back of the pack for usually every race. But I love those. I love seeing the underdogs win. I think that's the best, to be fully honest with you. The underdogs winning, it's always the best. They just appreciate it more, Christopher Bell in 12th place only lost 1 position since the start of this race. So having a very good race for him in that number 95 Levine Family Racing team that will no longer be in NASCAR for 2021. Joey Logano sitting nice in 8th place, 5 seconds behind, as 4th to 10th place is separated by over 6 seconds now. 10th place still being held by Kyle Busch. I gotta say, Corey LaJoie sitting in 23rd. I remember when Corey LaJoie made his NASCAR debut in the Cup Series. He was in the number 83, did not have the best first couple starts. He was just crashing like crazy, not just have the best season overall. Definitely has rebounded his career. When he first came up, I did not think he was going to be as successful as he is right now. So it's definitely nice to see him do as well as he is. Still yet to get his first career win, though. So, Martin Truex Jr. leads, Denny Hamlin second, Kurt Busch third, Chase Elliott fourth, and Brad Keselowski fifth as they go to commercial break. Brad Keselowski, I don't think he's going to be that aggressive. I mean, he has a decent points lead, 25 points coming into this race. I mean, of course, it's not the best, but it's going to be very hard for him to be eliminated, of course. I gotta say though, Martin Truex Jr., he's driving the wheels off of that car right now. Must-win situation, and you know what? He's doing a fantastic job. If you want to be technical, though, it's not really a must-win situation. Only 36 points back coming into this race, but really, that's a must-win situation. That really is. So I'm just gonna call it that. Hope all of you guys are having a terrific Sunday. Beautiful day for racing now. It is raining over here, so good thing there wasn't any racing over here. It makes you wonder how some people think of these commercials. 100% makes you wonder. I like to thank too. It does not say who just subscribed, but we just had someone subscribe, so thank you very much for subscribing. It means a lot, honestly. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so much. We're now at 415 subscribers. I remember when they first started doing those funny commercials with the Coca-Cola racing family when Danica Patrick was still in the sport. Those are the OG CF commercials. So here we are back to racing TV-wise. Lap 47 out of 130. Martin Truex Jr. has the lead as he's going to lap Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain, who was just recently eliminated for the Xfinity Series round of 8. Truex still has a second and a half lead over Denny Hamlin. Chase Elliott still sits in third. Jimmy Johnson in his final Martinsville race, he sits in 25th place, 18 seconds back. Ty Dillon, the final car on the lead lap, over 20 seconds back, though. Michael McDowell still 5 laps down, so he's been able to stay, I guess, on the lead lap, but him hasn't gone any more laps down since he's came out of the pit, so kudos to him for that. Kurt Busch sits in 4th place, Keselowski still in 5th. Busch in a must-win situation, though. So Keselowski, he's out right now. Brad Keselowski is out of the playoffs if Martin Truex Jr. wins this race. 2 points out. Kevin Harvick would be 2 points to the good. Denny Hamlin, 8 points to the good if Martin Truex Jr. wins this race. So this would knock Keselowski out. As Hamlin and Elliott get together, we remember what happened a few years back when Elliott was in the 24. Don't think that has anything to do with it now, but it's just kind of funny in how they got together. That allowed Elliott, though, to take over second place, but major loss of time as Elliott, who's in second, is now 2 seconds behind the leader, Martin Truex Jr. Hamlin in third. Kurt Busch still in fourth, allowed him, though, to catch up dramatically. He's right on Denny Hamlin's bumper. Kyle Busch now up to 8th place, so he's making a little bit moves. Kevin Harvick now in 10th. Gap from 4th to 10th is 7.3 seconds. Christopher Bell has dropped off from 12th to 15th. He's over 12 seconds behind. Austin Dillon in 20th. Gap from 4th to 20th is 16 seconds. As Truex is being held up by John Hunter Nemechek and Ty Dillon. As Nemechek and Dillon get together, that slows up Truex. Elliott right behind Truex now, as that had Truex lose almost a full 2 seconds of time. As that kind of looks like Bubba Wallace into the back of John Hunter Nemechek, and that's just kind of what started it all. Truex can not get by Dillon still. Ty Dillon. Chase Elliott right behind Truex, most likely gonna go. Truex gets under Ty Dillon, not able to pass him fully though. As they just touched a little bit though, it looked hard to say. Elliott staying high, he's going low. Truex fully gets by Ty Dillon though. Elliott still has to deal with him. As Kurt Busch is trying to pass Denny Hamlin for 3rd place right now. This side by side, Kurt Busch though did not get a good entry off that corner though. Brad Keselowski looks like he's gonna overtake what would be 4th place, as they are just side by side right now. Hard to say who had 4th at the time going across the line. Now we're gonna see this all day, folks. We are gonna see this all day. It's just hard to pass here, as we have a caution out. That is the competition caution. So it looks like Ty Dillon will get the free pass, as he just made it extremely hard for Truex to pass him, allowed Elliott and Hamlin to catch up, having Truex lose what was almost a full 2 seconds of time. Elliott ended up passing Hamlin, almost past Truex. So here we are, the competition crossing. Like I said, Ty Dillon gets the wave around, as this is just going to reset the field, and let's see who takes it and goes down pit road. As let's see who takes pit road. Kurt Busch having the last pit stall, so they get right to walk. So that's good. Kurt Busch having a fantastic race. So for must-win situation, though, so it doesn't matter if he comes in second, third, or fourth. He needs a win. It looks like all the contenders are down pit road. Hamlin, Truex, who led the field down pit road, and then Elliott, who's going to win the race off. As Martinsville has such a long pit road, Truex is the first one out of the box, then Hamlin. Elliott still getting work done on the car. He's out. Martin Truex Jr. will win the race off of pit road. Chase Elliott second. Logano third. Keselowski fourth. Bowman fifth. Denny Hamlin loses 3 spots, so he gets demoted to 6th place. Wow. That is just wow. So Hamlin goes from 3rd to 6th in a matter of seconds. Martinsville, though, everything is hard on Martinsville. They have a hard pit road to get off of and to just travel on. They have a very tough racetrack, hard to pass on. So, like I said, Martin Truex Jr. won the race off pit road. Ty Dillon gets the free pass. So Truex still leads. And like I said, 1 year ago today, he led 464 out of the 500 laps. So he is very familiar to being out front here at Martinsville. Also won the last 2 Martinsville races that the Cup Series came to. So definitely used to being up front, definitely used to winning here. Let's see if he could win back-to-back Martinsville races. If he does, I'll lock him in to the round of 4. And if things stay out on how they are now, that would knock Brad Keselowski out because he would finish 5th in the standings. You know, this is going to be very interesting. Lap 67 out of 130. Stage points are going to be a big factor. Very big factor. Brad Keselowski, like I said, if Martin Truex Jr. wins this race, Brad Keselowski is eliminated. The only way he would not be eliminated is if he comes in front of Denny Hamlin or Kevin Harvick by a lot. Stage points, that we're going to have a battle to get stage points big time. This is going to matter a lot if Truex wins. So like I said, lap 67 out of 500 for the race, but lap 67 out of 130 for stage 1. Truex Jr. wins the race off of pit road. Chase Elliott second, Joey Logano third, Brad Keselowski fourth, Bowman fifth, Hamlin sixth, Harvick seventh, Blaney eighth, Kyle Busch ninth, and William Byron in the number 24 will restart 10th after this competition caution. That is so for the first and only caution we have seen in today's race here at the Martinsville Speedway for the Xfinity 500, even though this is not the Xfinity series. Before we get back to green, I'd like to ask you guys to please subscribe, as we are the #1 all New York sport podcast on YouTube. We also talk a lot, and I mean a lot, about NASCAR. We've interviewed some of the top drivers from the top 3 series, along with drivers from the weekly racing series and the modified series. Folks, we are back to racing at the Martinsville Speedway. Lap 68 out of 130. Trucks lead us into turn 1 as Ellie is in second. Both Penske racing cars out of 3 are in 3rd and 4th. Blaney's back in 8th. So right now, Keselowski would be in. Hamlin's out by 1. Now 4. It's a 4-point difference from fourth to fifth in the standings. Keselowski is plus. So Truex has definitely led the most laps here. I think he's led 68 out of the 100 laps. Folks, I think we just lost the signal here. Either that or NBC is having some serious problems right now. I am not sure on that. I think NBC, I think there's something going on there as the screen just went totally blank. If this happened to everyone, then we're gonna have a lot of angry NASCAR fans. I'll tell you that, without a doubt. No, we got it back, folks. We got it back. I don't know what the heck happened there, but we got it back. Lap 69 out of 130, so we only missed 1 lap. Not even, really. So now 1-point difference from Keselowski just moved up to a 4 point. So Keselowski is +4 and Denny Hamlin who's +5. And this is only because Martin Truex Jr. Is leading the race. If Martin Truex Jr. wins the race, then Denny Hamlin would be eliminated. As Bowman and Hamlin just touched very slightly. Hamlin's in 5th. Folks, I hope all of you guys are having a very, very good day. Beautiful day out for racing. Beautiful day out overall. Every day is just a beautiful day. Second to final race of the NASCAR Cup Series 2020 season. We're here at the Martinsville Speedway for the Xfinity 500. Almost, I would say, naturally, no, I'd say halfway through stage 1. 130 laps for both stage 1 and 2. Final stage is 240 laps, so just 20 laps left of 1 and 2 combined. Great racing so far. Martin Truex Jr. has definitely dominated it, leading a majority of the laps. I think he's only has not led 4 laps total, so definitely, he is the bomb so far. He is the man in what has been a very, I wouldn't say lopsided, because there has been very good racing so far. I would not say that this is a boring race whatsoever, but I feel like it definitely lopsided race because there hasn't been any racing really for the lead except for like the first and maybe the first couple laps, maybe the restart. Overall, though, very interesting. So as we are under caution, lap 77 out of 130, lap 77 out of 500 for the full race distance. I think now, let's say Martin Truex Jr. does win this, which most likely I feel like he will. based on his recent stats here. It's either going to be Hamlin or Keselowski that are eliminated, unless something happens to Kevin Harvick and throws him in that. But most likely it would either be Keselowski or Denny Hamlin that are eliminated. Stage is going to be ending in 130 laps total stage distance. We're on lap 78 out of those 130. So stage will be ending within the next, I would say, what was it, 60 laps? It's about 42 laps basically left of this stage. Something like that. So Kurt Busch almost 100 points from from fourth place right now in the standings. Must-win situation. I mean, we all knew this coming into this race, but wow, almost 100 points back. So, he has to win this race. Denny Hamlin's currently 1 point out. Keselowski is 1 point to the good. As Logano and Elliott touched, as they're showing the replay of that. Logano, he should not do anything to get bad blood going into Phoenix. He's already locked in. He should just have a very quiet race, to be very honest with you. He should just have a quiet race. So, coming back to green on lap 80 out of 500, lap 80 out of 130. Martin Truex Jr. lead, Chase Elliott second, and Joey Logano third. Denny Hamlin just takes over third place, though. Kurt Busch in 10th. Now 9th. He just passed Kevin Harvick. Now 95 points out. No, 92. I apologize for that. Cole Custer, he's in 16th. I feel like that was a wasted chase spot, to be honest with you. He got out in the first round. It was just, I just feel like that was just a wasted chase spot. Same thing with Willie Byron. Not anything bad towards them, but they were just so uncompetitive during these playoffs. It was just unbelievable. Austin Dillon lasted a lot longer, though, than I would have ever thought. 100% lasted a lot longer than I thought. I would have ever thought. That's a lot of thoughts. So 48 to go, stage 1. McDowell and now only 4 laps behind after having the tire up, which ended up having the tire explode, and then led to him having to pit. It's 5 laps down. Now he's back to being 4 laps down. So good for him in 38th place right now. Ryan Newman gaining spots. He's now up in 13th place. So glad to see him back racing after that horrible Daytona crash. So the gap from first place to 10th place is just over 2 seconds. It's at 2.6 seconds. 10th place is being held by Kevin Harvick, the number 4. Stewart Haas Racing Ford Mustang with Mobil 1 on the hood for today's race. Denny Hamlin now +8, Harvick +2, Keselowski -2. So it's really basically Kevin Harvick, first time he's been in fourth place in points this whole race. Mainly it's being between not Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski. But right now, if this race was to end right now, Truex would win, knocking Keselowski out. Biggest difference from right now in the whistle than it was at the beginning of the race. Truex has not taken a big lead. It's still bumper to bumper action. Kurt Busch now up to 8th. Bowman 7th. As Elliott may go for the pass. Yes, Chase Elliott is now the new leader. Chase Elliott in a must-win situation too. He's now leading in this race, Keselowski would still be knocked out of the playoffs as he's still 2 points behind. By Chase Elliott taking the lead, this puts Martin Truex Jr. to a minus 29. He came into this race minus 36. As Elliott is leading his first laps of the day. As we have now passed over an hour right now of this live stream, I'd like to thank everyone who has tuned in. If you're just now tuning in or if you've been watching this, thank you so much. You honestly do not know what it means to me. Thank you. Keselowski still in fifth. First car that is a second or more back. So Elliott did come into this race, like I said, with a must-win situation. He is currently leading. Still more than 400 laps to go. All of this race overall. So this means nothing right now when you really think about it, because this could change 20 more times before this race is over and done with. Jimmy Johnson back in 18th place, so he's moved up. He's really been up and down this race. Hasn't been past. Hasn't been in the top 15 though this whole race though. So Logano chasing down Hamlin. He got to Hamlin's bumper. Probably will. Yes, he's gonna go for the pass on the front straightaway. Not able to get it though. Bumps Hamlin a little bit. Hamlin gets a decent one off of turns 1 and 2. Truex now half of a second back on Elliott. As Elliott's getting all the clean air. We are going to be coming up on lap traffic pretty soon, though, since it is such a small racetrack. I gotta say, Penske Racing is having an absolutely fantastic race. 2 out of their 3 drivers contending to be in the Final Four. One of them already locked in, that being Joey Logano with the win at Kansas. Ryan Blaney was eliminated. Didn't make it in, though. And then we just have Brad Keselowski. That would be great to see at least 2 out of 3 of the Penske cars make it. That would be very good to see. So comment down below, what do you guys think so far about this race? We're nearing the end of stage 1. That's 130 laps total. Stage 2 is 130 laps. And then the final stage is a total of 240 laps, which would all equal to 500 laps. The equivalent to, if I'm correct, 200 miles. That's a lot of miles. That is a lot of miles to do in one day. As Ricky Bobby would say, though, to that, shake and bake. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to shake and bake in life. 100% shake and bake. Never shake if you don't bake. Wise words right there, folks. Very wise words. I'd like to thank everyone who's watching this video. Again, definitely means a lot to me. First live stream I've done in a very, very long time. We'll be doing my live reactions for the Homestead race next week, as that'll be Jimmy Johnson's final race. Definitely a historic race. Did not make in the chase this year, though, sadly. William Byron got that last spot. I love, though, on how they have the final race before the chase at Daytona. Definitely ups the competition, I feel like, just a little bit more. Probably a lot more, though. I mean, Daytona's a restricted play track. Anything could happen. An underdog could win or just get a great finish at any time. I love it. If you guys would like, please subscribe down below. Definitely would mean a lot to me, especially if you're a NASCAR fan. This is the channel where you want to be, as we've interviewed some of the top drivers in the NASCAR Cup Series, in the Xfinity Series, and in the Grand Outdoors Truck Series. We've interviewed a lot of NASCAR Weekly drivers and a lot of the Wheeling NASCAR modified drivers. And we just talk about literally every major New York sports team. We are the #1 all New York sport podcast on this platform. Definitely, if you're into any of that, please make sure to subscribe down below. It would mean the world to me. Daniel Suarez is in 30th. I got it. Daniel Suarez, I feel bad for Daniel Suarez. But you know what? He did nothing. He did absolutely nothing with Joe Gibbs Racing. Is in one of, if not the top team, and he cannot even get a single win. He got washed up. That's the thing. He's an extremely talented driver. He just got washed up. As we have a call on the wall, that's the number 77 of Garrett Smithley. He is in the Turn 4 wall, kind of coming out of Turn 4. It's hard to say. He was going slow in the high lane, and then he just hit the wall. Maybe blew it. Actually, it doesn't even look like he hit the wall. It just looks like he parked it. One lap, 105 out of 500, 26 to go of the stage. It looks like Garrett Smithley's car is stolen. He did not hit the wall at all. That car is spotless. Does not look like it had a tire go down. I just think the car lost power. He was one in, I think, in 36th place. He was several laps down. Excuse me. So Logano's down pit road. It looks like they're gonna elect 04 tires. 25 to go as the leader passed the start-finish line. Hamlin's down pit road. Did not have the best restart. He's up and away. And we have Brad Keselowski, who's really been below the cut line for most of this race. Was the pole sitter. I don't even think he led no more than 3 laps, if he even led 3. Denny Hamlin wins the race off of pit road. Keselowski beats Penske teammate Ryan Blaney off a second. Blaney third, Bowman fourth. And then I think the final call was maybe Mattia Benedetto. I'm not 100% sure on that. I did see a yellow car, though. I gotta say, Mattia Benedetto, excellent drive. I could see him winning multiple championships years from now. Wood Brothers Racing, Helm and Paul Menard has definitely brought that team back to life. Without a doubt, those two have definitely brought the team back to life. I miss seeing Paul Menard race, though. I miss seeing Paul Menard race so much. Sadly, I never saw him win. I know he did win. That was at Indy back in 2011. Wasn't watching NASCAR at the time, so I never saw the guy who never smile, which is kind of sad in a way. So comment down below what you guys think so far this race and just how your day is going in general. I would love to hear. Once again, huge shout out to Andrew Mola Racing and Andrew Mola himself. Had the honor to interview him multiple times. The second interview we have done will be going up tomorrow at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Very, very talented driver. 100%. I could see him winning I could see him winning a lot of championships, to be fully honest with you guys. He is just extremely talented, and that guy, he is going places. Definitely an honor to interview him. I got to sponsor his car for the Tri-Track Modified Series at the Stafford Motor Speedway last Saturday. Had a pretty good one. Did not make it, though, to the event, as there was over 50 drivers that were trying to get in. Only 26 were allowed. He was not one of those 26, sadly. Although, he had a terrific performance, though, without. As we are back live, 22 laps to go. Lap 109 out of 500. You have the Martinsville Motor Speedway for the Xfinity 500. Final race before the final race, so the second to final race, cutoff race. Right now, Chase Elliott, I think he's still leading. I know Denny Hamlin, yes, Chase Elliott is still leading. Denny Hamlin, though, won the race off of pit road as we're getting ready to go back to green at the paper clip. As here we are, back to green. Elliott first, Truex second. Eric Almirola in third. I just realized that. Oh, I am sorry. That was Joey Logano. That was not Mattia Benedetto. As we, of course, touch that's Eric Almirola. Almirola. 4 wide. And I would say mid-pack. Now 3 wide. Wow, how that was not a crash, I do not know. Wow. Oh, that just spread out the field dramatically already. Not the top 3, though, as only a 4/400ths of a second separate first and third. Hamlin going for second place on Truex. He's not going to get it, though, as he just was not able to get it in the turn, though. He was able to get it coming off of the turn. Brad Keselowski, the first car out, 5th place in points, -1. Harvick is +1. Hamlin wants more, though, as he's going on for Chase Elliott. Hamlin's under Chase Elliott, so within 1 lap, Denny Hamlin has gone from 3rd place. He's still in second. Now he takes the lead. He was not credited for leading that lap, but essentially in 1 lap, he went from 3rd to 1st. Which means Chase Elliott is out of the playoffs, -10. As this showing a replay, it looks like Almirola got high, came down, hit Stenhouse, he hit Busch, he hit the other Busch. All the Bushes are just getting hit. It looks like Clint Boyer hit Almirola. As we have a caution, 51 of Joey Gase goes around coming out of turn for the Wickware Racing car. As he was running multiple laps down as the leaders go by him. So we were only green for long, but all good things come to an end. Denny Hamlin, though, he just got turned. It looked like the 0-0 of Quinn Huff. He just dumped him. He flat out dumped him. I like on how the announcers say that he had some attention. That was full on intention, 100%. You know, Quinn Huff, he has no reason to be doing that. We're only 116 laps in of what is a 500 lap race. He should not be dumping drivers, especially when you're in the back of the field, not even in the top 32. You got to be kidding me. And Huff, he's already been around controversy of his driving style this season. He has no business doing that right now to Joey Gase. Speaking of Gase, Adam Gase, Jets losing to the Chiefs. Nothing new there, honestly. Nothing new there. Buffalo and New England, though, are tied 14-14. Chiefs are beating the Jets, though, 21-9. So, obviously, Jets are going to lose. I did not expect them, though, to be losing by this little. I mean, I guess you could consider that a blowout. They're going to lose by a lot more, though, sadly, because that's just the new. Live TV, folks, you never know what will happen. Yeah, Jets most likely going to lose that game by a lot more than they are now. I give them credit, though. At least they were able to score a touchdown. I give them 100% credit on that. Just think they had the chance of getting Patrick Mahomes, too. It's a shame. It is a true shame, folks. If you haven't already, please subscribe if you would like to, of course, as we are the #1 all in New York sport podcast on YouTube. We also talk a lot about NASCAR. If you're a NASCAR fan, this is the place to be, or if you're a fan of any New York sport team, because we talk about literally every major New York sport team. The Red Bulls, NYCFC, Yankees, Mets, Jets, Knicks, Bills, Giants, Nets. We talk about every major New York sport team. This is the place to be, not to mention racing news. All NASCAR. We interview a lot of NASCAR drivers and a lot of athletes in general. We talk about Formula One. You can't beat us. This is the place you want to be. I'd like to thank everyone who's watching this with me. You know, whether you have that to waste on TV and you just have this video on, or if you can't be able to watch the waste right now and you're seeing everything off me, or no matter how or why you're watching this, thank you so much. It honestly means the world to me. Thank you guys. I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing Sunday. And comment down below what you guys think of this so far, this race in general. If I had to describe it in one word, it would just be, I feel like, fun. Definitely a fun race for the viewer. I don't think the drivers would agree on that, though. So here we are, getting ready to go back to Greenhead, the Martinsville Speedway, for the Xfinity 500. Hamlin leads us into turn 1. 10 laps to go. Hamlin getting a very good one out of turns 1 and 2. Right now, Ellie, who's in second place, he's minus 12, Harvick's plus. This is going to be very interesting coming down to this stage 1 ending flag. As stage points are just going to be crucial right now. 8 to go. Denny Hamlin leads. Oh, it looks like Elliott and Bowman just touched just slightly. Truex about to be passed for 5th place. Logano's in 6th. As they touch, Kyle Busch has been pretty quiet always. He's in 7th. 6 to go. Hamlin has over a second lead on Alex Bowman. Bowman is minus 12. Harvick still on the plus. And then we have Keselowski in 3rd place in points, who's plus 19. 5 laps to go of stage 1. Denny Hamlin leads. Alex Bowman 2nd. Chase Elliott 3rd. Brad Keselowski 4th. And Joey Logano 5th. As Keselowski's going for 3rd place over Elliott. Can he get it this side by side? Coming out of turn 4, though, Elliott still has 3rd. As Keselowski's just going to bump him just slightly. This side by side again. Chase Elliott still holding on to 3rd. Keselowski takes 3rd, though, just for a tiny, tiny second. He's being scored as 4th place still, as he's now past Chase Elliott for 3rd place. They're still side to side. That slows Chase Elliott up. Joey Logano's going side by side with Chase Elliott. Keselowski cuts in front of Elliott. 2 to go of the stage. Denny Hamlin leads with 1.7 seconds over Alex Bowman. Here we are. Final lap for stage 1 and final lap for this live stream, as I'm only going to be doing the 4th stage live streaming here. Denny Hamlin leads. Alex Bowman 2nd. Brad Keselowski 3rd. Logano and Elliott side by side for these valuable stage points. Elliott kind of slips. He's going to stay in front of Joey Logano. Denny Hamlin comes across the start finish line to win stage 1. Alex Bowman 2nd, Brad Keselowski 3rd, Chase Elliott 4th, Joey Logano 5th to close out the top 5. Truex 6th, Kyle Busch 7th, William Byron 8th, Kurt Busch 9th, and Jimmy Johnson 10th. First time he was in the top 10. Folks, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to this live stream. Only gonna be live streaming the first stage. I'll be recapping this race once it's over. Haven't done a live stream in a very long time. I'm gonna be doing the whole race though next Sunday though for Phoenix for the championship race. I only wanted to do the first stage today. Haven't live streamed in a while. Like I said, just wanted to give it a try again. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely, like I said, subscribe if you're a NASCAR fan. This is the place you want to be, or if you're a New York sports fan, as we talk about literally every major New York sport team here on this channel, the #1 channel to ever do that. Once again, I'd like to thank Andrew Mola. Big fan of this channel. Got to sponsor his car. Got to interview him multiple times. Second interview that I have done with him will be going up tomorrow at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Folks, like I said, thank you so much for tuning in. I haven't live streamed in a while. Did not really expect anyone to join, so it truly means the world that you have joined and watched this race with me, or at least the first stage of this race with me. I hope all you guys have a great day, night, afternoon, wherever you are, and thank you.